If you run a business, you know the exact cost of a broken system. Quotes, reminders, and scheduling keep landing on your desk, and the real work of growing your company gets pushed into the evenings and weekends. By early 2026, Constant Contact reported that 54% of small businesses were already using AI. Most of these deployments focus on writing emails or content, while core administrative operations remain manual. Marketing generates the interest, but internally, the mechanism to catch it is often missing. This makes response speed the primary bottleneck for owner-led businesses, even when the volume of people looking for you is high. Inquiries arrive, then they sit idle. Nobody replies fast enough, nothing routes automatically, and follow-up depends entirely on memory. Pouring more demand into the top of that funnel will not generate revenue. When the intake process is manual, more marketing activity only creates more administrative chaos. On the left is the siloed agency model, focusing strictly on top-of-funnel traffic. They hand you leads, leaving the follow-up up to your staff. On the right is a connected agentic system. This operational plumbing ensures marketing visibility actually bridges across to revenue capture. Setting up that plumbing requires strategic time up front. You have to sit down and map out exactly how your current workflows handle a prospect from discovery to signature. Without mapping that internal flow, scaling your ad spend is a mistake. You are simply paying to accelerate your revenue leakage. This leads to the first rule of system-led growth. Visibility without follow-up is a leaky bucket. The landscape for digital discovery is shifting rapidly. AI search engines are no longer a novelty. They are actively driving commercial traffic today. Ahrefs found that while AI search traffic was a small portion of visitors, they converted 23 times higher than traditional search. But capturing this high-intent traffic introduces massive operational risk. Pushing hundreds of leads into a manual front desk chokes the system. A connected CRM serves as the intake valve for that pressure. It catches the demand, applies the necessary sorting logic, and ensures a controlled handoff. Securing elite visibility before you build the intake valve will not scale your business. It will only scale your stress. The second rule requires reframing the technology. AI is an operational utility, not a marketing trick. A human manually reading an email, deciding who gets the lead, and drafting a response introduces hours of delay. AI-supported logic routes that information immediately and flawlessly every time. The trade-off for that speed is precision during the build. You must meticulously map the rules for handling, storing, and moving client data. Because personal data is involved, that mapping has to respect compliance boundaries. The ICO clearly states that UK GDPR applies to AI systems, which means your workflows still need transparency, fairness, and clear human checkpoints. The reward for mapping those rules properly is permanence. The repetitive administrative tasks that consume your week are permanently removed from your desk. When executed correctly, these automated systems re-engineer the internal mechanics of the business. The third rule is that your specific industry dictates the entire system build. Sector context matters immensely. Industry-specific language, buyer expectations, and regulatory guardrails alter how an inquiry must be processed. Legal and financial services require strict, compliance-heavy intake pathways that carefully manage client trust. Conversely, an HVAC or trades business survives on localized routing and instant quote follow-up. Engineering a tailored setup requires significantly more initial time than buying a generic software template. But that customized logic prevents regulatory breaches and keeps you prospective buyers from feeling like they are talking to a piece of software. Relying on generalized marketing tactics degrades your credibility. Systems engineered for the realities of your market systematically accelerate buyer trust. Scaling your revenue does not require hiring a massive in-house team on day one. It requires finding your operational leaks and patching them in the correct sequence. This diagnostic map shows how to sequence the work. The solution depends on identifying your primary bottleneck. If you are an early-stage founder dealing with foundational chaos, your required input is the founder OS. You build baseline structure before pushing for traction. If you run an established business where the primary bottleneck is slow response times, your required input is the lead machine. You prioritize CRM workflow to protect your response speed. Matching the package to your bottleneck removes guesswork, preventing you from layering a complex new tool over a broken process. The next step is getting a practical, no-nonsense diagnosis of your current lead flow and visibility gaps. That is the output of the Agentic Business Growth Call. We look at the systems you have today and hand you a prioritized roadmap of what to fix first and what can wait. Taking this step requires just 15 minutes to honestly evaluate your current internal plumbing. If you skip it, you remain trapped. The business will continue to rely on your personal bandwidth, and manual administration will keep eating into your weekends. Stop guessing at what to fix next. Click the link, book your call, and start building an autonomous growth engine.